I have nothing to lose. Anyway, on the male manifestation of obsessiveness in relationships. Men's obsessiveness is rarely rooted in their character itself. More often, it's a failure to understand that things can be done differently. Whatever the situation, there are laws that govern people, long proven laws. By being obsessive, subconsciously, we pursue a certain goal. Most often, it's to raise our own significance for a specific person. There are several key issues that make us needy and therefore act in a certain way. In this video, I'll describe them all. Forming the motive. An average man can set his own level of neediness toward a person from the start. And for this, you don't need psychology, self-development trainings, and so on. You first need to define the goal correctly. Imagine you're walking down the street and you see a girlfriend who suits you in every respect. Whether you suit her is unknown. You need to accept that, which is why the goal, I want a child with this girlfriend, presupposes your obsessiveness if you have a low significance for the girlfriend. It's a multi-step goal. If she doesn't respond to your attempt to meet, the goal doesn't disappear for you, and you start building your behavior model by the scheme, I have nothing to lose anyway. The man begins to pursue the girlfriend. The situation is exaggerated, but this often happens at work, in educational settings, at holiday gatherings, and so on. A man thinks that since the girlfriend suits him, she should be happy about it and drop everything, gladly accepting his generous offer. If you like a girlfriend, your goals must be sequential. She really caught my eye. I want to try to meet her. See the difference between these two goals? You try, and whatever answer you get, the goal is closed for you. She reciprocated. Great, she didn't. Well, I tried. A poorly chosen goal can set the initial trajectory for the relationship. In consultations, I run into tons of examples where a man pursues a goal, accumulating illusions along the way, humiliating himself and losing himself, even though point A wasn't that bad and everything was going quite well for him. Personality defect, Bond, James Bond. Most often, those who suffer from this are men who have already achieved certain heights in life. They acquire a halo and the ability to levitate. They don't walk among people, they hover, evaluating almost every man around them. If they see a man who is objectively higher, they start assessing their potential and his, and still end up above. Their self-esteem may be high, and they do have self-respect. But a person who steps out of his boundaries is always easy to control. You just need to know how to lead him out. How do you lead Bond out of his boundaries? Simple. Tell him there's nothing special about him, and he'll try to prove the opposite. The moment a person tries to prove, to teach, to rebuild the other's thinking, that's the clearest exit from his boundaries. Next, by elevating the man's significance and creating distance in conflicts, the girlfriend ties that man's own significance to herself. That is, Bond remains Bond when this girlfriend is nearby. This is subordination. The man develops excessive neediness that pushes self-respect into second place. Unequal partnership. Imagine you and a friend decide to start a business. You have money, connections, and skills. The friend is there just for support, and so you're not bored. Your friend also has another job. In a crisis, when the business is collapsing, who is more dependent on it? Of course you are, because your investments and your friend's investments are completely different. Same in relationships. If you invest in them without asking for anything in return, simply enjoying the other person's company, then, in a crisis, these relationships, as an investment object, will carry weight only for you. The other person can easily walk away because the value of the relationship itself is minimal for them, whereas you are needy. I consult only on relationship restoration, and in a week, I hear about 35-40 breakup stories in which a man mostly doesn't understand why he did everything for the other person, and the other person so easily walked away from it. There's your answer. Consensus. The moment you realize you already have nothing to lose, just stop and think about the fact that you can lose yourself, and that is everything. No person on earth is worth being placed on the scales as more valuable than you yourself.